I'm sure you've seen a lot of crazy stuff working with the players. Without naming any names, what is the
Yes.
craziest thing that you've had to do or that you've seen?
Ooh, yeah, this was like a night I remember being like, this like I had kept pinching myself, like this can't be real. Like felt like I was in the twilight zone. Uh I had a player had a panic attack, breakdown, might have had some substances, don't know. I didn't get to the bottom of that. Big guy. It was just a lot that night. It went from I was on the phone driving, like, hey, are you safe? Are you good? Like this is like 11 o'clock at night and I'm about to go to sleep. And his significant other calls me, Coach Jones, you got to get here. You got to get here. You got to get here. And I'm like, and I hear all this stuff. I hear crashing in the background. He's a big dude. And I'm like, oh man, no. Like, and I asked her, was she safe? I'm like, are you safe? Is everything good? She's like, yeah, I'm good. He's not. And so I'm like, and I'm hearing all this stuff. So it's like a 40-minute ride to the university. I lived a little far out. It was just, it was always therapeutic to have that ride home. Uh, and so the conversation went from this is what we should do in the game to like, y'all should play me at this position that you definitely shouldn't play it to I want to go to the locker room right now. I got a speech for our game tonight. And I'm like, yo, we're talking July. And I'm just like, so I get there and this is happening during, I think this is I think it was during, I can't remember. It was raining. I remember it was raining or slight rain. And I come out, make sure everybody's safe. And he's like, what are you doing here? I was like, I was just on the phone. I was like, don't even worry about it. I'm here. So that happens, right? So the night gets even crazier. Someone else comes to help. I call the head coach because one thing I just learned with head coaches is like, just give them enough until you understand. Like, I just got to give you enough that if you hear it at the press conference, you're good. You don't get caught off guard. So, like, hey, coach, situation going on. It's crazy. I got it. I'll give you information tomorrow. Gotta go. Perfect. Boom. Uh, Someone else came, and this night was crazy. So we had to call based off protocol. We had to call our local police department. Had a relationship with him. Hey, this is what's going on. Blah blah blah. He's a big guy, and he like took off sprinting towards like one of the officers. I'm like, oh no, oh no. Like, thankfully they knew us. They knew us, and so I'm just screaming like, stop! Like, and when I say big guy, I mean like, and he's moving fast. So nothing happens. Thankfully, uh, we're trying to get him to go, and I'm talking to the other employee that is there to help me, and he steals his car. He takes his car, and I remember thinking like, and the employee's like, "That's my car," and he's like, he takes off, and the employee can track. He's like, "I got a quarter tank of gas," so he can't really. He's like, he literally can only go to this city. So he comes back, he pulls up on us, puts the window down, looks at us, and like drives off again. And you're just like, oh man. So it's like hour three, and what happened was, so basically, he comes back, he parks the car, and then him and his significant other run into another apartment complex, and the cops are like, well, there's nothing we can do. And we all leave. And I was just like, this is like, I remember thinking, I remember I went to a gas station and I just grabbed a hoagie and I was like, I'm not even hungry. I just like, I was like, I was like, I literally went to the gas station. I was like, there's no way this gas station is open at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a hoagie. And I was like, they probably don't have a hoagie. They got a hoagie. So I'm sitting in there, like eating this thing, it's just like talking to this person at the gas station, like, you won't believe my night. And so, yeah, that was the craziest. Yeah, that story. I'll never forget that story.
Sometimes
Wow.
you just need an emotional support hoagie. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
It
Listen,
just,
listen. Speaking as a fat kid, like
I,
food will immediately take that stress. You get some dopamine in the brain, like everything's clicking along.
I
It
didn't.
helps.
I literally didn't know what to do because, like I said, I had a 40-minute ride home. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm just like, do I just go to the office to sleep in my office?
sleep there.
I'm just
And
picturing
like,
you going up to the counter or the guy up front, having your hoagie in hand and being like, I don't even want this.
yeah,
This is just
it was. So
this
the
is just a
story,
comfort
I got
thing.
this. The story continues on as I'm
Oh
explaining it
no.
to the. This is crazy. As I'm explaining it to my head coach, he's looking at me like this can't be real. We get a call from one of our quality control coaches comes to the office saying, "Hey, so and so is here," and I'm like, "How did he get there?" he called the university to let them know he felt he was in danger from the airport. And so the university that he called, who picked up the phone happened to be the wife of our quality control call. It was like the craziest, like, I was just like, yeah, I saw him like 2 days later and I was like, yo, I don't know what to say to you, but I could write a book. This could be a whole like movie. It was crazy.
bet.
Thankfully, he's okay. But it was a lot of stuff. And this goes back to player. It was a lot of stuff that I knew that just all unearthed in one moment. Like one conversation talking about relationships with one person, and it just went. And so that's where I come in as a coach. So like I would say, hey, let's not try and get these two in a room. Like let's not try this person that he talked to, which was a family member, not in this facility, not in the facility. Like let's. Yeah, it's that one was wild. I'll never forget that.
As
See,
soon
that's
as
what I was saying last week. All they had to do was call their
Right.
player development team, and
And
everything would have been fine.
I'm glad his significant other knew to call me because that thing could have got bad quick.
Mhm.
Yep.
And it did. Like it was just. I just remember literally like sitting in my office and like all the coaches are coming by at this point, right? Because I had to tell his position coach.
Right.
And it's just like, I was like, guys, give me 3 hours, please. Like I'm fried. My brain is still trying to piece together normalcy and everything that happened. That one was crazy.